All right, let's consider me Magellan for this exercise. I'm going to show you how to navigate in your Photoshop images. Let's start with the Zoom tool. The Zoom tool, with a single click, will let me zoom in on this bell, and at each click I'm zooming in more, 33% to 50% to 66%. Your zoom level shows up in two places. I could, however, double-click down on the lower left and type 82 and press Return or Enter, and I go exactly to 82%. If I'm zoomed in to the wrong spot, I can scroll right or up with your scroll bars. I can also use the wheel on my mouse up or down to navigate. And right now my zoom tool is a magnifying glass with a plus sign. To zoom out using the zoom tool, hold down Option on the Mac and click, or Alt on Windows and click, and that changes the zoom tool to a minus. Now there are lots of other ways to zoom, so let's cover them all and you can pick your favorite. Under View, Zoom In, and View, Zoom Out. Again, my favorite is keyboard shortcuts. So for the Mac users, Command plus zooms in, Command minus zooms out. For Windows, Control plus zooms in, Control minus zooms out. And you may notice, once I got all the way zoomed out, using View Zoom In or my shortcuts is now zooming to just the middle of the image. Since I had started with the magnifying glass tool zooming into this bell, by clicking roughly the center of it, zoom out, zoomed to that spot, and zoom in, zoomed back to the same spot. So Photoshop does know a bit where you've zoomed last. Now this setting is different for the Mac and Windows. On the Mac you have the Application menu, which is called Photoshop, and Preferences, and Performance. On Windows, this same dialog is under Edit, down to the very bottom, Preferences, and over to Performance. So if I look at Preferences, what I want you to notice is your graphics processor settings. On the machine I'm currently using, I have an accelerated video card. If this is gray or you don't have the option to check Use Graphics Processor, you do not have an accelerated video card. So take a look now. On Windows, Edit Preferences Performance. On the Mac, Photoshop Preferences Performance. When I click OK, the reason I mention that is because if you don't have the accelerated video card, you do what's called marquee zooming. If you do have it, you do what's called scrubby zoom. And you could see scrubby zoom is an option on my options bar when I'm on the zoom tool. Here's why scrubby zoom is really fun. If I want to see this sign on the riverboat, I can click and drag up, and it's zooming in exactly to where I started clicking and dragging. As I'm holding my mouse down still and dragging down, it's zooming out. So this says security zone, no vehicle parking. If I wanted to zoom down more, click and drag down zooms down more. If I want to zoom in on the top of the riverboat, let's go over here, click and drag up, and it's zooming exactly to that spot. Click and drag down zooms out. Now let's show you what it will do if you don't have an accelerated video card. I can uncheck scrubby zoom and I go back to the older behavior of Photoshop. Having scrubby zoom off lets me do what's called a marquee zoom. So if I want to see the same sign, I would start in the upper left corner and click and drag, creating a marquee or a rectangle around the area I want to zoom in on. When I let go, I'm exactly there. And the quickest way to zoom out is View, Fit on Screen, or I like Control-0 to zero it out, or Command-0 to zero it out, to see the whole image and fit it on your screen. If I were to go to my happy pair image and hit Command 0, it fills more of your screen. On the PC, that's Control 0. I'll go back to the bell and the boat, and the scrubby zoom is off. Now with it off, I can't click and drag up to zoom out. Any click and drag is going to do a marquee zoom, and when I let go, I'm going to see the area inside the marching ants. And yes, those flashing little lines around the outside are technically called marching ants. When I let go, I'm exactly inside that rectangle. View, fit on screen, will zoom back in or out so that you could see your entire image. Now, if I zoom in a bunch, I'll just click a few times to zoom in, and I want to move to another side of the image, I can use my hand tool. You may have noticed that the tools have little letters in parentheses. They allow you to switch tools. So I could hit the letter Z, and I'm back on zoom. No combination with this. It's not Control Z, it's not Command Z. There's no other keys, just single letters on your keyboard. Change tools in Photoshop. So H for hand, Z for zoom. I can just click though. If I click the hand tool, I can click and drag. And again, I have an accelerated video card, so this is technically called tossing the screen. I kind of think of it like my iPad flick panning. When I touch the screen and wipe my finger across it, the screen keeps going a bit. That's called tossing your screen. So again, if you don't have that accelerated video card, your hand tool may not keep moving after you've let go. That kind of makes me a little dizzy, so I think I'll stop. 2 last tips when it comes to zooming and navigating. If you double-click your hand tool, that is the same as View, Fit on Screen. So just double-clicking the hand is a great way to see your whole image. Double-clicking the Zoom tool goes to 100% or actual size. Double-click the hand tool to go back to fitting in window. Double-click the zoom for 100% or what is View 100%. So when I choose View 100%, it's the same as double-clicking my zoom tool. So we've taken a little tour of zooming in with single clicks, zooming out with Option or Alt click, fitting in window with View Fit on Screen, using the hand tool, and I can't move my image around on the hand tool because I'm seeing everything. There's no extra territory on the left or the right. The last thing I should note is this dark gray area on the left or right is commonly referred to as the paste board. Extra area outside your image that you may use if you're merging or compositing images together. If I wanted to put a picture of someone here, I could use that paste board or canvas as extra area. Or I could pull images in that might be partially off the photo. So I will finish this off with View Fit on Screen and try some of the zooming that we've done in this exercise. If you have an accelerated video card, try zooming in and out with Scrubby Zoom on and Scrubby Zoom off.